I'm Alan Weiss, and this is The Writing on the Wall. Welcome back to Writing on the Wall. This episode is excuses. How do we get up in the morning? How do we get up in the morning? When does the first excuse take place? Right now we have the Great Resignation. We have supply chain issues. We have COVID. We have vax and anti-vax. Let me help you get out of bed. All right, you might want to replay this early tomorrow morning. The Great Resignation, for example, is the Great Escape. People are leaving bosses. They're leaving places where they're not treated well by people who are not treating them well. That's the Great Resignation. It's an existential jailbreak, and it's not surprising. These people aren't leaving to become astrophysicists. They're not leaving to go to dental school. They're fed up with being treated the way they are. Just yesterday, there was a report that jobless claims are down, that there are more jobs open than ever before. They're citing decades and decades of records. In effect, we're at zero unemployment if you remove the chronically unemployed. So what's happening? Well, these people are living on their retirement funds, or they're living with an extended family, or very probably they're going off the book, under the table. They're getting paid. It's not being reported. Oh yeah, that's so surprising, right? We all know people doing that. I know people doing it right here in Rhode Island, believe it or not, this wonderful state. I wrote a book called Threescore and More, in which I contend that people, as they get older, aren't sufficiently honored, aren't sufficiently respected, and their power is taken away. Tom Brady just retired. At 45, every record in football, probably, arguably, the finest team athlete in the history of any sport. He retired at 45. He's got another 40 years on earth. Hopefully he'll use them well. I got some things he can do. The supply chain is another just excuse and not that much about reality. Oh, I know, you can't get enough toilet tissue, right? And you can't get that certain battery. Oh, whatever the hell it is. Let me tell you something. I don't like Elon Musk. I've never liked Elon Musk. But credit where credit is due. When the supposed supply chain problem hit, all these auto companies had to shut down production or shut plants or reduce manufacturing because they couldn't get the chips they wanted. Musk said, do we have any chips? And his people said, we got a lot of chips, but they're not the chips we needed. And he said, rewrite our software to use these chips. And they did. And they had a record quarter. I don't like Musk, but I like that. So you make up for supply chain shortages. Walk down the block. You want to be a good consultant? Ask yourself why one restaurant is fully staffed and doing well, and another is not fully staffed and has to close 2 days a week, and the service is shoddy. Why is that? Because one is led better than another. Because the people are treated better here than they are there. Because people want to stay here, employees, and customers want to go there and not there. It's all about leadership. It's always been about leadership. COVID has gone from epidemic, which means it takes over a country, to pandemic, which means it takes over multiple countries and most of the world, to endemic, which means locally you live with it. The flu is endemic. The common cold is endemic. And now COVID's endemic. And we're getting used to living with it. Some of us are admitting that. Some of us are not admitting it, but they're living it anyway. And some of us have to be dragged kicking and screaming into it. I got news for you. People who don't want to be vaccinated are not going to be vaccinated. This isn't some proselytizing effort. It's not some conversion effort. You might doubt their reasons. You might doubt their sanity. You might doubt a lot of things. But a lot of intelligent people have chosen not to be vaccinated for a variety of different reasons. And they're not going to be vaccinated. We have to live with that. And they might wind up paying a price for it. Their insurance rates might be higher. They might have to wear a mask in certain venues when others don't. They might be forbidden to fly in airplanes. I don't know. I'm guessing. But there might be a second sort of level of citizenship if you choose not to be vaccinated, or maybe not. But the fact is, everybody who wants to be vaccinated pretty much is being vaccinated right up through boosters. I'll get a shot every day if they tell me. You know, if it comes to that, that's fine. The shot doesn't hurt that much. And I can whine a little bit about not feeling well and not do as much as people expect. So all who want to have it, have it. We need to get along with that. But don't forget, vaccines don't kill people. COVID kills unvaccinated people. That's the equation, okay? That's the reality. So let's stop making excuses. They're boring. They're tedious. They're trite. They're tendentious. I don't need more excuses. It's about leadership at every level, including your leadership, including your personal accountability. Did I mention Biden's approval level? And this is not a political statement, it's an empirical fact. Biden's approval level is at an all-time low. And Harris's, Vice President Harris's, are even lower. What does that tell you? Stop making excuses. Start taking accountability. And go out there and you can lead very easily. If you don't believe it, just follow me.